We're here.
Hey,
Hello.
welcome to group
Yeah,
I,
of round two. Tournament of Champions.
Dark
Dark
Tidings
Tidings style.
Yeah.
We only got one Logos deck tonight. And it happens to be Logos Untamed Star Alliance, which historically have done pretty well
Yeah,
in
it's a
Dark
good
Tidings.
combo.
However, Whelmed Belinda does seem to be a hard pipe-hitting deck because it's got the classic combo of Grand Alliance Council and Selective Preservation in it.
Very killy.
There's quite a bit of Sanctum here tonight. Sanctum has not done well in the second round so far, right? Like
It would be pretty funny if none of these Sanctum decks advanced.
yeah, it'd be pretty good.
It'd be pretty funny.
I think it's likely that one of them will.
Yeah,
I'm not,
I mean the two 2-0 or 3-0 decks are these two both have Sanctum in them. So
yeah. But I think it's also possible that they played against decks that were not
Oh, certainly. Yeah,
up to snuff. So
definitely.
yeah. So we're bringing it in.
Come on, Belinda. Oh, we get first off
Okay.
with a 3-0 match.
All right.
We get the bets.
The Unfathomable in that deck looked medium. Tidal Wave is good. Double Calp, Illusions of Grandeur, Bissell's like all that stuff's good. Portal, that's good. Double Flame Gill, I think that's medium. Storm Surge, so it's not like it probably has too many creatures, but it's got a solid amount of
Double
actions.
Calp can be rough, plus
Yeah.
illusions.
I don't know. This deck, I've got Cement Shoes, so that's good. And Numquid. Numquid, I think, is a big one. I think this deck is a pretty good Primal Relic deck. Maybe it's not. The Sanctum is really small.
I think I hit Primal Relic in that deck.
Yes, well, the Untamed is big.
Yeah.
You've got 2 Gruins, a Mollymok, so that's 5 between them. You got Spore Gorger, who's 4. You've got an Ambermancy, that's 3. You've got a Flunkling Keyfrog, Reaper So, Chelonia. So it has a big pile of creatures. Primal Relic lets you put 3+1/+1 counters down. So if you like Primal Relic, but you can even Mollymok your Primal Relic if you're afraid the opponent's going to get it, right? So that's like an escape valve. And be able to bet all in.
The power is back. You do it.
I do feel like artifacts are less powerful by a factor of 10 in this set.
Yeah, yeah.
Compared to Mass Mutations, where it was like artifacts were the story. A lot of the best performing decks that we had, between Safe House, Secret Needle combined. Secret Needle was better because you had all those damage icons too, right? So it was
so much easier to get the value out of it.
yeah. Plus, it had lots of value at Grad Penny. You had the auto vac at rare, which is fun. You won that roll. You roll ahead of 10. 6.
I'm mulligan. I also enjoyed the Q&A. I watched it the other day.
Yeah, everybody had fun. That's good.
Everyone had fun.
Yeah. I'm glad I took some time organizing it.
Definitely.
That gave it a nice structure. I do have a tendency to ramble, if anyone who watched it couldn't tell.
I mean, the first question was, what's your elevator pitch? And that was like a 30-minute answer.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're on the elevator for a long time.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, that's why I ended it by talking about how we were trapped in the elevator the whole time. Because I realized how long it went. There's so much. It's one of those things where if you've got 30 seconds for me to try to pitch Keyforge to you, I don't know that I can. Because if I sit down and start talking about Keyforge, I just talk about Keyforge for the next 30 minutes, just unprompted. So
okay, I will click again.
Yeah, it's the sitcom It's the television episode trope of the elevator being stuck and the two people having to stay together.
Except the entire episode is Nathan talking to you about Keyforge.
Yeah. Oh, so you play Keyforge. Well, you gotta... I'm interested in that game. You mind telling me about it? I'm like, am I? Elevator comes to a screeching halt.
Oh, excellent. This will give us plenty of
I'm
time.
like, okay, well... if you're not freaking out right now, I'd love to still talk to you about Keyforge. I know that I'm just okay. You know what? I'm just gonna discard persistence hunting. No. I'll play Spore Gorger. I'll persistence hunting for Star Alliance, and then I'll. You know what? I'm just gonna discard persistence hunting, and then I'll Reaper Sow to put 3+++ on Spore Gorger. So he's untapped. I just don't like if I generate an Amber there, you're gonna steal it from me. And I'm gonna be mad. I'm pretty mad about it.
Very much. I'm gonna say Unfathomable. All illusions for Untamed.
Okay.
Play Calp, an Amber Icon, Port Sign In, and then Storm Surge.
Okay.
Your turn.
So I have to say Untamed this turn.
If you don't, get 3 Amber.
I'm gonna Reap with Spore Gorger.
Okay.
I will give Spore Gorger a +1/+1 counter, and then I will remove all of these to detonate those creatures. And then I will play a Deepwater Grin. And it is your turn. I'll draw one.
Okay. No ready. Storm Surge. I will play Sanctum. I'll first or last to purge all creatures of the highest power.
A Gruin.
Play a Staunch Knight. Play Larry of the Lake. Your turn.
I don't have. Yeah, I'm gonna say Sanctum. I'm gonna play Larry the Lake. I'll play Vault Keeper. Capture with capturing on the Vault Keeper. I don't think the Vault Keeper is necessarily relevant against that deck. Then I'll play Grey Augur, and it's your turn. I will draw.
Say Starlance. I will Gak my Staunch Knight and Spore Gorger. I'll play Professor Emeritus Curring, and I'll Reap with Staunch Knight. Your turn.
Okay. I am going to say Shadows. I will play Hobnobber, Shoulder Ed, One-Eyed Willa, Old Bruno, and it's your turn. I'll draw.
What 10 ways do I want to kill all your creatures? I'll say Sanctum. I will deal 3 to each non-flank creature. I will Hammergram, and play Numquid, destroy the Spore Gorger, and do damage to it first. Staunch Knight over. Your turn.
I am going to say Sanctum. I'm going to play Red Hand Registry. I will play Numquid, Bang Bang. I will play Salvador Seneschal. I actually held the Numquid from my earlier Sanctum turn because I knew that deck had a lot of board wipes.
Yeah.
So, good.
Play Unfathomable. Play a Zealot. Play Velucanth. Play Portal. Raise the Tide. And capture 2. Oh, I get to capture 2 more. Your turn.
I will say Sanctum. Salvador will fight the Abyssal Zealot. I am going to Grand Melee. After there, I will Reap twice. I will Taxing Journey. Salvador, so all 3. And it is your turn. I'll say check with 7 and draw.
They say play Salvador, capture, play Shifting Battlefield, capture. Your turn.
I will say Shadows. I will play the Shadow Council. I will Hornswoggle. Nothing. I'll Loot or Pillage to steal. And it's your turn. Say check with 7 and draw 3.
Say Starlance. Play Genesis Researcher. I'll play Biome Discovery to look at the top 2. Let's go to this Alma's Master. Will select a preservation, so 3, 4, 6. Discard Espeon, and your turn.
Okay. I will Forge. I will say Shadows, play Whisper, and I will Loot or Pillage to steal. It's your turn.
Say Starlance. Play Kirker. Or I guess I'll play Triska, draw, then Kirker. Ready. Put a Stunner on Kirker. Reap. Stun. Reap. And say check with 6.
I am going to say Sanctum. I'm going to play Grey Augur. I'll stun Sargasso. And I will Grand Melee. Whisper dies, those 2 die. Not thrilled about getting this cut, but you get Forge for 6.
Say Unfath. Play Calp. Little Tidal Wave, so you get the side. Play Flame Gill. Flame Gill. Cruisel's Chant. Triska, I guess. I will Reef with Calp. Your turn.
I am going to Cement Shoes Calp. It's your turn. It was a terrible time for Kelp. I'm glad I had the Cement Shoes, but that was a terrible time. I've been trying to set up a turn for a hot minute.
I'll say Starlance. I will play Kincan Kirker. Together. Play Velucanth. And reap twice. Based on a creature. Okay. I will not. Sure.
I'm gonna point out my discard pile real quick. I'm gonna show you that I've played.
It's no Untamed at all.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So I'm gonna say Untamed. I will play Flumph, Mookling, Keyfrog. I am gonna play Primal Relic to give counters. I'm not gonna bother putting the Ember on it because I'm going to Mollymock it, as you would immediately get it.
I guess there's no artifacts in this deck.
And then I
deal with Kincan.
Yeah. That the timing has been like incredibly annoying, right? Him playing Velucanth there after I've because you reshuffled and drew it, right? Because there's not two in the deck, right? Just the one.
I believe it was in the bottom few cards.
I killed Velucanth. I killed Velucanth earlier in the game.
Okay.
Yeah, me taking a turn to play, like, I kill the Calp the previous turn because I can't play all of that. Yes, Amber. After Amber is stolen from me, your opponent skips the Forge a Key step. Not that he could. Well, I'll Amber Mancy the Key Frog and get one. Okay, and then I will draw these 5 and then shuffle and draw.
Okay, we'll say Sanctum.
I'll
play Grand Melee. Capture 1. I'll Hammergram the Mookling. Play.
I think it's so much removal.
Numquid for Keyfrog. Play Staunch Knight. Play Shifting Battlefield. Your turn.
Okay, I am going to say Untamed. I will play Chelonia. I'm going to play Deepwater Druid. The Chelonia was in the bottom cards, by the way. I was trying, because like I knew the Primal Relic was down there somewhere. I knew my other Druid was down there somewhere. I knew my Chelonia was down there somewhere. I had like 3 Untamed creatures in my hand for a good portion of this game. And I was like, I just want... But it was like Keyfrog Mookling. And so I didn't want to like do anything with them because that just like was... It wouldn't accomplish anything. Okay, I am going to reap or sow the Flumph. So the Flumph can kill...
It reaps.
No, I can put 3+1+1.
Oh, okay, I see.
The Flumph is going to kill that Flame Gill Enforcer. And put 2+1+1 counters on Mollymock, and Mollymock's gonna kill the Velucanth.
Yeah. Been good taking tacos. How about you?
I'll say check with 8, and then I will draw through.
Okay.
Keyforge. Yeah, we're holding up.
Say Starlance. Play Espeon. Play Biome Discovery. Raise the Tide. Use Espeon to
Get a good DT deck.
reap the Staunch Knight.
Good DT decks are a lot of fun to play.
Indeed. I will fight Chelonia, fight Chelonia. Stun the blimp. I will reap, play Professor, reap, capture 3.
That's game.
Okay.
That game was... I held the Numquid about as long as I could. That was a deeply frustrating game. I feel like the matchup is terrible for starters because this deck, both the Sanctum and the Untamed are like 8 creatures each, right?
Mm-hmm.
Numquid, Vault Keeper, Grey Augur, Salvador, Larry, Ewer, Sargasso, so that's 8. Untamed is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. So that's 16 creatures between the Sanctum and the Untamed. The Shadows is Council, Bruno, Hobnobber, One-Eyed Willow, Shoulder It. So that's another 5. So 23 creatures. And so it felt like every time I put anything on the board, they just died.
And I think that's why One Belinda did so well.
Yeah.
It's just like, that's
It was
the
just
key
like,
to Tidings matchups.
Yeah. I had... How many turns did I have where I got to use anything on my board? I think it was like 2.
Yeah. Did you get an Untamed turn?
Yeah, I got the... Well, if you had taken any turn other than... you must have had like 6 cards as Sanctum in your hand or something like that.
Yeah, I did.
I was like expecting you to just use your board because your board just stopped whatever I was doing. So I was trying to set up back-to-back huge Untamed turns. So the reason it may have even looked as close as it did there, because I don't think that game was close. But the reason that it looked as close is because I knew I had 9 Untamed cards between my hand and what was left in my deck. So I was like, I can hopefully take 2 big back-to-back turns and maybe get somewhere, but... Yeah, that definitely felt like a game where... I mean, because like Grand Melee... This is like I think the difference is in this round, Grand Melee is next to useless.
It's tough. It got some value that game, but yeah,
it killed 4 creatures, right?
Yeah.
Like that's what it did. It killed 4 total creatures. So I mean, playing a card and killing 2 creatures is not bad, but I needed it to kill 4 creatures the one time I played it. Because those Kirkers with the stunners, I don't know how I was ever going to deal with them.
Right. Oh, this deck looks just fun. Oh, it's got Jericho in it too, and Common Things and Gross.
Yeah, that deck's got a lot of awesome.
Looks very fun.
Yeah, that deck's got a lot of awesome stuff.
Which means it's going to disappoint.
No, I don't.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
This 2 submersive principles.
This deck does not have single target removal. Please keep
okay.
that in mind.
Okay. Very few do though.
Yeah. So, I mean, this deck has like triple Jackie Tar or whatever, but I don't think Jackie Tar can kill the Brain Eaters that deck can assemble.
I'm just out here trying to make a Voltron. That's all. And also to mulligan for Eureka. You first?
Yeah. Saves me the Eurekaning.
Yeah. So I think I mulligan this just because of that.
I'm throwing
right?
my hand back too. I had Sabotage Mission in my hand. I don't think you want Sabotage in the starter. I had a Biome Discovery, which I'm fine with to take the time.
Yeah, that's good. Okay.
I will play what I will
Play Starlance. I'll play Gross, even though this sucks, but get Hings. Play Hings. Play Officer's Blaster. Play Bind Discovery. Your turn.
Alright, I am going to say Sanctum. I'm going to play Round Table, so +1 power and taunt. And then
Yeah, we're going to forget that a couple times.
I'll play Seneschal, Sargasso, and Larry the Lake. And your turn. I'll draw 3.
Hey, look, it's all Eureka. We'll see how this goes.
The classic turn 2 Eureka.
Yeah.
Right on time. Logos card, please.
Play Brain Eater. Play Phase Shift. Play Officer's Blaster. Your turn.
Okay, I am going to say Star Alliance. I will play Cheetah. I'll play Operative Espion. I'll put a Universal Translator on Cheetah. Then I am going to Technobabble Brain Eater. It's very tempting to Technobabble both Hings and Gross, but a blank. So, it's your turn. I'll draw.
Say Starlance. I'll lay the Archons on Hings. I'll fight the Larry the Lake. So take 2. I'll zap for 3 damage.
It's 4, right?
1, 2,
Starlance.
3, 4. Okay, yeah. I'll do 2 and 2. Goros will just reap.
You gotta smash that A and the E together. It's like, hey,
Okay, I'm done.
I am going to say Sanctum. I'm going to play Larry the Lake. I'll capture onto Esco.
Let's only draw 1 for each creature between.
Yeah.
So there's nothing between them.
I will play Orpheon. I will take 3 chains to raise the tide. I get to use a creature. So I use Cheetah. Where did it have Espeon? Gross. Now I'll just read with Cheetah. I am going to Strange Ordination for 3.
Okay.
Sargasso. Hings is a 5/2. No, 7/2. Right there.
Okay.
And you get these idiot. I don't have single target removal, so I have to like one of the Archons will just wreck me this game because you'll it takes 2 less because I do have armor at least right now. You'll put like Instrument of Silence or some garbage on it, and it's your turn. I'll draw it to you.
Okay, I'll say logos. I'm gonna pick up the Archive. I will play Old Egad, Brain Eater, Ruins of Arcanus. Archive a card. Your turn.
Alright, I will forge.
Oh yeah, it's not right here.
I am going to say Shadows. I am going to scoop onto the Brain Eater twice. This one, the smaller one. I will Hornswoggle, which I don't actually think if we discussed before does not exhaust.
Doesn't exhaust with.
And then I am going to Booby Trap Old Egad. So that'll do 2 damage to Gross, 2 damage to the Brain Eater. And then Gross will be warded. It's your turn. I'll say check with 7. I'll drop a chain. I'll
Pick up the Archive. Play. Start dominance on Brain Eater. Have Brain Eater fight Larry Lake. Draw a card. Play. Start dominance on Brain Eater. Brain Eater fight. Let's go with Orpheon. Oh, it's high tie. Can't. It's got elusive.
He gains +3 armor.
It's got elusive from that.
Oh yeah. Larry's got elusive too.
Yeah. I probably need to take the Tide then. I'll take the Tide. With chains.
Okay.
And then that. Draw. Play.
You get to use a creature.
Okay. I will just and capture 2.
Yep.
I will play Chelonia, Frog, Lupo shooting Cheetah, gain 1. Play the Fittest. That's 6 cards. Ruins. Okay. I'm done.
I will say Star Alliance. I will play Kirker. I will play Shield You Later, I guess, as a creature. Operative Espeon will fight Chelonia, and then I'm gonna Biome Discovery, raise the tide. I'll capture 2 on Shield You Later. Sargasso's gonna go kill Chelonia. And it's your turn. I'll drop a chain and draw 3. I'll say check with 6.
Okay.
It feels like when you were playing actions in this set, you were winning the game, and when you were playing creatures in this set, you were losing the game.
Alright, I'll say...
Seneschal does not gain armor. The Chelonia, you gain power from Round Table.
Say Starlance. I'll play Jericho, a Gung, make Brain Eater, Starlance. This turn. Brain Eater's gonna fight the Sargassa.
6/7. Yeah, it's plus power and taunt, not armor. It's alright. It's a rare that hasn't been in the game since Coda, so it's easy for to get what it does.
I think gross. I just fight Kirker. Fight Kirker. Attack against the ward and then trade, right?
Yeah.
Okay, done.
I forge.
Mm-hmm.
I will say shadows. I am gonna play Sea Urchin and steal one. I'll play Jackie Tar and capture one. Onto the Sea Urchin. I've got a Hard Simpson. Creatures are like so I'll just play the Hard Simpson. You're not gonna fight Diplomatic Gung and the Hard Simpson.
What do you think? I will. That's tamed. Play Genetic Drift on Diplomatic Gung. Plus one power counter, then everything with a power counter gets one. Or load it up. Then I will thin the herd. So 4 least powerful creatures. So 1, 2, 3, and then 4. I'll get Espeon. Then I'll persistent summoning shadows.
Yeah. If you got too many knights, then they're not protecting anybody. Right, they're all just like shoulder to shoulder.
Twice. Okay. Done. Jeez.
I cannot doorstep harder than this very second. That doorstep has... I can actually United Action to play my whole hand here. I'll United Action, then play this doorstep. And then play Salvador, Orpheal. Capture one onto a Salvador. Strange Ordination. And it is your turn. I will draw 6. I'll play the unsportsmanlike doorstep, where I just throw it at my opponent's face.
Yep. All right. I'll say Starlance.
Yeah. I was hoping for it earlier, and when I didn't have it earlier and he was at 15, I was like, I think this game is over.
Play Scott. Reap with a Gung. Make Brain Eater. Tank. Yeah, make Brain
United
Eater.
Action doesn't have chains.
Brain Eater, Starlance.
I just can't use cards. I can play them though. I had a round table in play, so United Action was the only Starlance card I had.
No, you need your Discord.
Okay.
Got these two.
You made what a what this turn? With a gung? Made Brain Eater
Starlance.
Okay.
Play a gung, make Keyfrog Starlance. Use Jericho. Do something. Plays Archaeologist. Keyfrog is big. The big old Keyfrog. These guys. I will just reap. And then Brain Eater will reap. The reason I didn't key cheat with Keyfrog when Urchin was out. Reap with Lupo, played actions, could have fought Urchin and killed Keyfrog. Yeah, that probably would have been the better play, right? I wasn't thinking about doorstep.
Yeah, Jericho you could.
I'll reap with Jericho. Okay, I'm done.
Okay, I am going to say Shadows. Hard Simpson is going to fight Diplomatic Gung. I will steal one. I will play Jackie Tar and Bruno. And it is your turn. I will say check with 6. I will draw.
Say Logos. Submersive Principle. For 1. Play Seaborg. Seaborg.
You gotta know when to use key cheats. Keyfrog is a little bit easier to use because you don't pay the discount, but against some decks you don't want to pay the discount. Because like every point of amber you generate could matter.
Jericho is instrument onto the Brain Eater. I will use Archaeologist to archive Submersive Principle. Brain Eater is gonna fight something. I guess this is Salvador. And I'll draw and gain 1. I'll play a Hydro Cataloger. Okay, I'm done. Yeah, I've generated like 8,000 amber.
Alright, I'm gonna play Sanctum. I'm gonna play General Salvador. Orpheal, the tide is high, so Orpheal's got skirmish. Orpheal's gonna fight the Brain Eater. I gain 2. And then Salvador is gonna fight the Novu Archaeologist. And I will say check with 9. It's your turn. I will draw 1.
Forge. Say Logos. A reap with a Seaborg. And shoot Jackie Tar. Raise the tide. Archive top card. Play Submersive Principle. Reap with Seaborg. And shoot Hard Simpson. And that's my turn.
I am going to say Sanctum. Orpheal is going to fight Jericho. Gain 2. Salvador will fight Jericho. And then Salvador will fight the Seaborg. There's a lot. It's the rental table. I will say check with 7, and it is your turn. Oh, I have to take 3 chains to raise the tide to do that. So that way, I got skirmish. Sorry.
Okay, pick up the archive, say Logos. Reap with the Seaborg. Shoot Scott. Raise the tide. Archive a card.
No, I would have archived the card.
Play Principle. None.
I will say Sanctum. I am going to have Orpheal fight that Seaborg. I'm going to reap twice. Because if you had other answers, you probably would have gone to him by now. Oh, I have to take 3 chains. I'll take another 3 chains. That's fine. I have consigned myself to never drawing another card this game. Check with 8.
If I could kill the Keyforge somehow.
Yeah, I kept trying to make sure the officer's blasters went onto him because I knew that you could kill him.
Because I got some untamed stuff like Trilonia. I could burst a little bit. I could burst up to the 6, but can't kill the key.
I had this sabotage mission that I've been sitting on to try to stop the 3rd key. Because my next hope was like to draw a back into the doorstep somehow. But I felt like I as long as I kept putting you into check, then I think I got away with the game there.
Yeah, I probably should have somehow forged with that Keyforge earlier.
I thought I was like completely dominated after you took the turn where you went to 15 the first time that game.
Now Lupo only does 2 damage to enemy creatures, and also Keyforge was like 10 power.
Yeah. Keyforge had 2 officers blasters and some
yeah. It was 8 power, but yeah.
I was trying to intentionally make sure that my creatures were smaller than the Keyforge, so the Keyforge couldn't kill itself.
See that deck, Scavazzi?
Eric Blaze.
Okay.
Loading. Okay.
Bring to Rome for adaptive. Oh, okay.
This is
Mass Mutation.
Yeah, MM.
Double BDQ. Auto encoder. Sloppy lab work.
Ramlocus.
Some bots.
Ludo.
Some good bots.
You really want to like BDQ your Saurians when you've got a Ludo on the board. Chant of Hubris. Some amber around. That Saurian is pretty good. The Saurian is a monument to Saurian past. Yeah, it looks pretty good.
I miss Theros Centurion.
Yeah, Theros Centurion.
It did so much work.
He's sorely missed in this set,
Yeah.
that's for sure. 7-2 guy is not the same. Autoencoder is awesome. Looks like there's a lot of standard like plays in this deck. The Drixker could get you a lot of.
It's the Drixker and a lot of robots.
Yeah,
a lot of attachments.
Looks like you'd have to play this deck a couple times.
And wait team.
This looks like a pretty good adaptive deck for that reason.
Yeah,
like knowing which hands to keep and which hands to mulligan. Yeah. So yeah, away team. Like knowing when to trade off the away team when it has a pile of upgrades on it, so that you can like replay those upgrades. Observe You Max is good with your Saurians. It's like pretty good on those Saurians. The fact that you want to spread the amber around on your creatures is pretty good for the Axiom, right? So we can look at the. I don't know if you have any personal information on the deck verification, but you could look at the deck verification. Where is it? What are you doing? Come on, man! You never used decks with Keyforge before?
No, not much. A capture.
Okay, we're doxing Discord.
It is on public. It is a public website.
I guess so. Yeah.
So, all right. Cool.
Doxed himself. Congratulations, you doxed yourself. Yeah, it looks like the type of mass mutation deck that wants to set up a situation where it kills off its own board strategically throughout a game, right? I think the BDQ is probably the best card in the deck.
The two BDQs.
So the geneticist. That's what I was saying. Like the fact that you got two of them is great because you want specific things to die. So. All right.
That deck is mighty bursty. This one does not have doorsteps, so. It's got some burst of its own, though.
It's got a lot of creatures, though.
Yeah. I don't know if that deck is creature controlled enough to deal with its creatures.
I had a lot of stuff that lived through that game.
Yeah.
Probably should have died long ago.
Hold up.
Let's just look at them. Look at the poor chat suffer.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, but I think BDQ is your most important card. Since it's adaptive, you'll I like decks that have efficiency and adaptive, so obviously Logos really helps, because if you end up bidding for your deck and you have to put chains on it, having some efficiency helps smooth out the chains that you would put on a deck. That's just an adaptive pointer. I don't know how much adaptive you've played or not. You could have played more adaptive than me. So I don't want to like give you tips that you already know. But my personal preference is for an adaptive deck that has some amount of efficiency and some amount of consistency as well. I want the deck. It doesn't have to be the most powerful deck. I want it to be good. I want it to be like functional. I think as a fool's errand to bring this is your first adaptive tournament. Great. Okay, cool. I'm not giving you information that is unwarranted in this situation. So who won that roll? Me. Roll 11. This deck has Eureka. It does. I don't have Eureka. So I'm gonna roll again. Yeah, so decks that are consistent are better and adaptive, in my opinion. You want them to play relatively the same either way, at like every game if you can. because you want to know what your deck loses to, and if the opponent's deck is capable of generating that board state, right? And if it's not, then you want it to be consistent and efficient, so that way you can battle through the chains. Because that's typically the only way that an inferior deck is going to win, is if the other deck is too slow. So you don't want a deck to be explosive, right? Like, I would never play a Martian Generosity deck in Adaptive, because your opponent could just end up with a draw where they draw the whole deck during the game that you give them your deck. So that ends up, that's a pretty bad situation. You don't want too much of a high roll deck, because if you low roll and your opponent high rolls, then you lost the round. So yeah, setup is good, because that way
you know the strategy and they don't.
Exactly. All right. Well, I am going to play Hydro Cataloger.
I'll play Persistence Hunting and Jelenia.
I am going to say Untamed. I am going to play Keyfrog. Play Lupo. Lupo is going to kill Jelenia. I am going to Genetic Drift onto Lupo. And then I am going to assert dominance with the Keyfrog. The Keyfrog is dominant over Lupo, and I will Reap with the Keyfrog since it's got nothing to fight. And it is your turn. I will draw 4.
Go ahead.
I am going to say Logos. I'm going to Eureka. Say check with 6. It's your turn. We'll draw 3.
Okay. I will say Shadows. I'll play the Shadow Council, Hobnobber. I will Cement Choose the Keyfrog. Well, that doesn't work.
You trying to make a cute play?
I was trying to raise the tide.
Oh.
It's capture 2 to stop you. So it's not really a cute play. It's not. It's not cute now.
You were trying to make a cute play. Too cute.
I don't think I just want to take 3 here. So yeah, it's fine. I'll go ahead and we'll do it.
Boom. Boom.
You're a Forge anyway, so. Alright, your turn.
You've activated my trap. I am going to say Untamed. You get to archive a card with the high. Okay. I am going to Thin the Herd. So 3. That card is so stupid.
Yeah.
Good God, what a stupid card. Lupo is going to get double Skirmish. Lupo is going to kill Sinister Hole Sargassum. I will Persistence Hunting nothing. There's nothing left to fight. I'll Mollymock my own Hydro Cataloger. Screw it. And it is your turn. Thin the Fun, yeah. It's whoever's playing against me, it just thins my hair more.
Play Untamed. Play Mookling, play Gruin.
I don't get none of that.
No, I'll Reaper Soda. Reap.
Alright, I am going to put my archives into my hand, and I'm going to say Star Alliance. I'm playing Jericho. I'm playing Perker. I'm playing Gross. I'm grabbing Hings. This is like best case scenario. I've never not drawn Gross and Hings at the same time. I'm playing Hings. I'm using Biome Discovery to raise the tide. I'm playing Unity or Discord. Lupo's gonna go kill the Gruin. Anyone from the skirmish. Or sorry, from the instrument silence. I'm using not Jericho, because I played that one. That's fine.
I don't know that.
I could have played Gross on
If
this
you
side.
didn't want them, oh yeah.
I could have played Gross on that side, then played something, then played Hings. I think it's fine. Based off my hand, I think I can lose the Jericho play this turn. It's totally fine. I'll draw 3. Go ahead.
Play Sanctum, pick up the archive, play Grand Melee to kill the Gross.
No.
Play Red Hand Registry. Play the Vault Keeper. Play Grey Augur. Layer of the Lake. Your turn. Shadow 6.
Mookling would die there to your Grand Melee.
Oh, yep.
You can capture on the creatures though, right?
Oh, I played it first. I could play like these two.
Yeah.
And then, yeah. I was thinking I had to Green out for some reason still.
Alright, gonna say Logos. Gonna Submersive Principle. Gonna play Novu Archaeologist and Seaborg. Gonna use Jericho to play a blaster. This is the most dangerous animal. It's time to hunt the most dangerous game. Lupo Liscard. And sure, while I'm at it, I'll phase shift and a Scott. Yeah, why not? Just play the whole hand. Play the whole dang hand. And it's your turn. I'll draw 6.
Play Shadows. I'll play a Sheoldred, an Old Bruno, and a Whisper. This deck is just play creatures the deck and then lose.
Yep.
So,
yes, it is.
Go ahead.
I played creatures and I lost. I played creatures and it didn't work out for me.
Man, I can only imagine the decks that was beaten up on its pod.
Yeah. That'd have been dire stuff indeed. We say Logos again. I think so. Yeah, we say Logos again. Alright. I am gonna play Old Egad here. And use Jericho to play Chelonia. I am gonna play Brain Eater and get one. I will Submersive Principle, make you lose one. Novu Archaeologist. I'm gonna Reap with Seaborg and shoot Old Bruno for 2. Novu Archaeologist. Just like back to Submersive Principle. I think so. I'll archive Submersive Principle. Novu Archaeologist, that forces you to play around it. So it is your turn. I will draw 4.
The Shadows. I will.
So the problem with playing Gross on this side is that he's facing this direction.
Yeah,
and Hings faces that direction.
Yeah.
So if you have Gross on the left side and Hing's on the right side, you've played the cards incorrectly. It's just that simple.
I'm gonna whisper to destroy Chelonia.
Okay. There's just so many targets on the
Yeah,
board.
I don't. But Chelonia I can't easily kill, so, and I can't let that live. I'll play Shadow Counts, Hobnobber. I'll Blatant Thievery to enrage something. Yes, Archaeologist sounds fine. And I'll Reap. Your turn.
Okay. 4, 5. Alright, I am going to say Star Alliance for the turn. I am going to play Diplomat of Gung to make Lupo a Star Alliance creature. Go with the Seaborg. Actually, think with the Seaborg. He can use his. No, I don't need the Seaborg. Lupo, definitely. Alright. Okay. I'm gonna play this Zap. Let's start counting. I got Logos, Untamed, Star Alliance,
Shadows. Sanctum.
So 5. So 1, 4, 5 will be to the Shadow Council. Okay. Lupo will kill Shouldered. Get one for the fight. I will use Jericho to assert dominance with this Brain Eater. It's gonna eat Larry the Lake's brain. I'll draw one.
I will say between the Red Hand Registry and the Vault Keeper and the piles of creatures, this probably trashes some Coda decks.
Yeah,
some really good Coda decks.
Well, the Shouldered too, right? Because like your opponent could be forced into a situation because there's like a decent amount of capture in that deck, right? So you can stall games. Here it comes to Skaz. Actually, I can use Skaz on. I can just use my whole damn board this turn. Put a lot of the Archons onto the Brain Eater. He's the backup Voltron. Skaz is gonna reap, and he says ready and use another friendly creature. I'll ready and reap Diplomatic Gung, so that I can use the Seaborg, who's gonna reap and kill the Shadow Council. I'll have Val Jericho reap. I'll have Ings fight Whisper, and then Kirker fight Whisper. Okay, I'm done. Draw 3. Okay. Say check with
I'll
13.
Play this stuff, and then I'll draw 2 cards, and I'll let loose. Alright.
Star Alliance in this set is so stupid. That's the classic 3003, right?
Yeah, it's about to be, I think. I think so. It just struggles to get off the ground.
This beach is like storming Normandy over here. It's just getting off the beach and just like getting mowed down by machine gun nests.
Yeah, it's not looking good. Alright. You're on Belinda, I'm on HRH.
And did this matchup not occur already? Oh.
Belinda versus XW Duran did occur.
Okay.
This one did not occur. Bets up. Okay.
think I like Belinda's chances in this matchup.
Yeah.
Then
yeah,
he's got a lot of
too.
creatures.
Yeah.
He's got some decent burst, but still.
Linda's built differently.
Yeah.
As far as creature removal. Piles and piles and piles of it. The Sanctum turn where I just like...
You killed everything. You literally... Yeah. I think
like
you
cards
took,
from hand.
I think there were like 3 turns you didn't take where you didn't kill at least one creature.
Yeah.
And then I would say about 50% of the turns that you took, you killed more than one creature. You didn't drop a Numquid, did you?
Oh, I didn't even realize it was in that deck. Jeez.
Numquid would have been pretty good though.
Yeah, that would really, really good.
I leaned into that Numquid.
Jeez.
I can only imagine. I can only theorize how mad I would have been at Numquid.
It would still been tough for me to get back in that game.
You were at 0.
One Numquid is not gonna.
Yeah, you were at 0 keys, right? If I take that turn and you Numquid, I think it's already too
right.
late.
Oh yeah, yeah.
If you Numquid right before that turn, you're probably looking pretty good. But you actually had a mess of creatures on the table as well, so 10. So I won that roll.
I'll mulligan.
I won that roll.
Yes.
I won that roll. It's not a bad hand. I think I'm gonna mulligan it. I think there's too much removal in that hand.
It's a good chance you're gonna get too much removal in whatever hand you draw, right? At least for the beginning of the game. Say Sanctum. I'm gonna take 3 chains. Raise the tide.
It's a bunch of strange ordinations.
I'll play a strange ordination. Play this doorstep, which is unfortunate, but I can't hold it. Play Larry the Lake and Orpheal.
Alright, I am gonna say Star Alliance. I'll play Mutagenesis Researcher, Selective Preservation 3 and 4. I'll play this Operative Espeon. I'll Reap with Triska. It's your turn.
Play Star Alliance. I'll put a Universal Translator there. I'll play Sabotage Mission. I'll play Technobabble there. And I'm done.
I am going to say Star Alliance. I'm going to play Kincan. I'm going to unstun all my creatures. And it is your turn. I will draw one. Keyforge.
So shadows.
I steal one.
I will scoop the Kinkin. Play Bruno. Your turn.
I am going to say Sanctum. I'm going to Hammergram Bruno. Play Salvador. Shifting battlefield. Salvador. I'll discard this grand with a capture icon, because I have thoroughly vanquished your creatures and your amber by that point. I will draw 4. It's your turn.
This Strange Ordination. Salvador, Larry the Lake. Your turn.
I am going to say Sanctum. I'm going to play Staunch Knight. I am going to play Alms Master. I'll capture here and here. I will play Shifting Battlefield. I'll shift this master to there. I will Reap with Salvador. It is your turn. I will draw.
The shadows. I will scoop the Espeon. I'm gonna booby trap the Mutagenesis Researcher. And play Hard Simpson. Your turn.
I am going to say Unfathomable. I'm going to play Velucanth. I am going to play Portal. I could play Portal then Velucanth. Yeah, that's better. I will Reap with Velucanth and just tap like the whole board. I'm gonna Illusions of Grandeur for Shadows, and then I'm gonna like Tidal Wave like the whole board, like gnarly. You'll get the tide back, and it's your turn. I'll say check with 8, and I will draw 4. Surf's up.
Guess I'll say Shadows, and I'll play the Sea Urchin. Your turn.
8 cap. You do steal. All right, my turn. I will forge. Didn't want to just like give me 3 amber there. No. Zap.
You didn't see that.
I am going to say Sanctum. I'm gonna first or last to purge each lowest power creature. I'm going to discard this Honor and Glory, and then I'm going to play this Numquid the Fair with a damage icon. I had 3 cards that murdered that sea urchin 4 different ways, so and then I'll just Reap 3 times.
Now he's gone, and he can never be murdered again.
Yeah. He'll never have another birthday. And it is your turn. I will draw 3.
Today's Starlines. I'll discard United Action. I'll play Triska. I'll play Shield Gelator. I'll play Zap. Zap is 3 damage.
Yeah, Unfathomable, Sanctum, Star Alliance.
Oh, it's terrible.
We share 2 houses, so it can only ever be 4.
I'll shoot Velucanth for 3, and then I'll fight Velucanth.
Okay. Because you want to use creatures?
Eventually. It doesn't matter, but your turn.
Alright, I am going to say Unfathomable. I'm going to play Storm Surge, so no untapping, and then I'm going to play Flame Gill and Hard Signin and Calp. And it is your turn. I will draw 4.
Say Shadows. Play Jackie Tar. Play Jackie Tar. Both have capture icons. I'll Hornswoggle.
You cannot play the second Jackie Tar.
Play Jackie Tar, Reap, kill, Calp.
Okay.
Play Jackie Tar. Reap. Shoot. Salvador. Your turn. Oh, these don't.
Just like play the whole hand. I am going to say Star Alliance. I am going to Reap with Triska. I am going to play Biome Discovery and Raise the Tide. I will play Grand Alliance Council. So I'll choose Staunch Knight, Triska, Flamegill.
Which Jackie Tar?
The one that has captured it.
The to live?
Yeah, he lives. I wanted to watch the other one die. So that way, when I together and hammergram him, he thinks he got lucky.
Then the hammer hits him.
And then a hammer hits him. And then I will use the together to play Larry the Lake. And it is your turn. I'll say check with 6. I will draw 5.
Average. Say Sanctum. Play Zaldor. Play Round Table. Play Orpheon. Play Seneschal. Was it?
The Forge.
Yeah.
I am going to say Unfathomable. Flamegill will Reap. I will play Abyssal Zealot. I'll play Calp, who chants with a Amber, and then I'll Rakuzel's Chant to exhaust all creatures. And it is your turn. I will draw, and then shuffle and draw. Calp.
I'll say Star Alliance. Play Kirker. Play Biome Discovery. Raise the Tide. Capture 2.
Yeah.
Discard Cheetah and Espion. I'm done. Check 6.
I am going to say Star Alliance. I will play Kirker.
Kelp stops me from playing stuff.
Kirker. Icy Cold Stunner. Triska, I guess. Triska. Yeah, sure. Triska. I'm gonna Reap with Triska. I'll stun Orpheon. I'm gonna play Carrying here. Play Carrying here. That dummy's too much power. So I'll just read. Wait, you're at 2 keys?
Mm-hmm.
I'll raise the tide so I don't lose. You forged the first key super.
It was really
early.
fast. Yep.
I'm gonna capture 2 onto this Kirker and then the Abyssal Cell. And it is your turn. I will change all 3.
Let's say Sanctum. Play Salvador. I'll fight the Kirker.
Okay.
I'll fight the Abyssal Zealot. It's done. I'm done.
Yeah, problem is his guys are too big because of the round table. Okay. I am going to say Star Alliance again. Triska is going to stun Orpheon. I am going to play this together. I'll capture onto Calp. Play the backup Calp off the first play for together. I'll play Recusals Chant as the second. Oh, I need to use all my stuff first.
Yeah.
I need to use all my stuff before I do all. That I think can still play correctly. This is not there yet though. Okay. I'm going to use Caring to reap so that Larry the Lake can reap. That Flame Gill. Have to use him. I guess this Flame Gill fights Salvador. I will reap with Kirker. And then what if doing that thing I said? I'll put on Kirker, I guess, instead of the Calp. I'll play backup Calp and Recusals Chant. And say check with 11.
Yeah, that's it.
I suppose you could have gotten back around to the doorstep. It's the Strange Ordination. The Strange Ordination is like a free key in that deck.
Yeah.
And the deck's so slow it actually wants a free key in the game. Like I forgot. I was like, man, he hasn't generated an amber in 100 turns. I'll give him this key. I forgot that I gave him a key on like turn 3 or something.
Yeah, well, I tried.
I think that's the real feels bad in this set is like Sargasso, right? Because you lost to your card on the table.
Sort of. Because you were capturing the Abyssal Zealot anyway, so I didn't. The Sargasso didn't really matter.
Yeah. Well, you couldn't kill your Sargasso off, right? I could have fought for the key. I just would have had to take a suboptimal turn. Is the thing. If it's like turn 3, my choice is develop 4 creatures. Just let my opponent who has 6 amber and nothing else on the board forge a key. That's me letting them forge a key, right? If I can play like 1 creature and stop the key, yeah, that doesn't make any sense in that situation. Oh god, it's Animar Smog.
There's a lot of creatures about to be on the table.
Oh god, this game's gonna take 400 years.
Yeah. But Smog is fighting for a spot, so.
This is gonna be a slow, grindy game.
Oh man, the Genesis is gonna have to beat Belinda to get in.
I think it's. I mean, I think it possibly could, right? Because it's got the forward momentum to get through the removal.
Next will be the highest SAS. What's its SAS?
I don't. It's 0-3 tonight, so
Yeah.
I should say 0-2. It could be.
Yeah. We'll see.
We'll see. Mostly playing around Grand Melee, correct? See, Grand Melees and cement shoes.
$71. People shakes.
It's funny every time to me.
That's pretty good. Then one.
I have a 7.
There you go. 7. 10. That is a mulligan. Within 4 points, that's actually crazy. Actually much different than most of our other rounds.
These decks feel fairly close in power level.
Yeah.
Some of the games have been kind of tilted one way or the other. I think it's kind of like draw dependent, but these, it feels like with a certain mix of cards, then one of these decks could be winning at any point. So I think Whelmed Belinda is particularly well equipped for this pod.
That is a dang fact. All right, let's see. First, I will play this Marshall Ewer. Take side. Your turn.
Okay, I am going to say Starlance will play Kirker and Cheetah. And it's your turn, I'll draw 2.
Say Shadows. Play Shoulder Ed, Old Bruno, Blatant Thievery, the Cheetah. Make him mad. Your turn.
I am going to say Star Alliance. I'm going to play Triska, Espeon, Cheetah, and Kirker will both fight Shoulder Ed. Say we won't. Say we won't. And it's your turn. I'll draw 2.
Let's Sanctum. Play Larry the Lake. I'll play Great Augur, Larry the Lake. I will discard Grand Melee. I will fight the Espeon.
It's elusive.
I'll reap. Let's forget it's elusive.
My turn.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say Shadows. I'm gonna Horn Throttle. I'm gonna take 3 chains to raise the tide.
Oh, that's not.
No.
Okay.
This deck. This deck had Ewer, and this deck would be better. If like the 3 General Salvadors, some mix of that were Marshall Ewers, this deck would be a lot better. Because I feel like you have to take the chains to get the tide in this deck.
You get to use a creature then.
Yes, I do. Espeon takes out the Augur. I think, yeah, I'll have Espeon take out the Grey Augur. I'm gonna play Gas Pipes Malone ready. He's gonna go flying into Larry the Lake. I'm gonna play Jackie Tar ready. He's gonna capture onto Cheetah. I'm gonna reap with Jackie Tar. I'll blow up Marshall Ewer. And then I'll play this old Bruno who has nobody to He's got no amber to capture. And it's your turn. I'll draw 3.
Play the Untamed.
The Midnight Mower. The Midnight Mower is back.
905. I'll play Mollymawk, Chelonia, Persistence Hunting for Starlights, and Reaper So to Reap. Your turn.
I am going to say Shadows. I'm going to play Hard Simpson. I'm going to Reap with Jackie Tar to blow up the Chelonia. And then old Bruno's going to Reap. And I will drop a chain and draw 1.
Everything has elusive.
that is a selling point of this deck, I think. I think that may be, it's like one of the sneakier things about this deck is that it fights in an asymmetrical war.
Yeah, I'll play Hobnumber when I will and Looter Pillage to steal 1. Old Bruno will Reap. Your turn.
Okay. I am going to say Shadows. I'm going to play another Jackie Tar who captures onto Kirker.
Vemos would be great.
Yeah, Vemos just drives the spear through the... Alright, Jackie Tar is going to Reap. We're nuking the Hobnobber. Hard Simpson's going to fight One-Eyed Willa. I'll steal 1. Old Bruno is going to Reap.
Can't believe you haven't forged a key yet.
I can't believe it either. It's your turn. I'll drop a chain and draw 1. Go ahead.
We'll probably do a gauntlet pretty soon. And there's only 3 more pods for this, so a week after that we'll do like a gauntlet or 2.
Yeah, because we
need to fill between bracket filling out time frames.
Exactly. We want to give people a chance to take a look at all the decks that are going to move on to the bracket finals for Dark Tidings in the tournament. So we'll probably take a day or 2 to play some gauntlets with some of the fan favorites. I think Mervagig is a good candidate for the gauntlet.
Play Red Hand Registry, Great Augur, Taxing Journey onto the Molly. I'll do an old.
Okay,
your turn.
A Forge.
Yep.
Why would I say anything other than Shadows in this situation? I'm going to say Shadows. I am going to Reap with Jackie Tar. He's going to annihilate the Mollymawk. I'm going to Reap with Jackie Tar. He's going to annihilate the Great Augur. Hard Simpson's going to Reap. And old Bruno's going to Reap. And it is your turn. I'll draw.
I feel like once we get started with the brackets, though, we'll want to just keep going and finish it out.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. That would be the time to. We got to build tension.
Yeah. I'll say Untamed. Play Ambermancy. Play 2 Deepwater Grounds.
Give me 2?
Yeah.
You want to take the chains?
Not really. I'll play this Mookling. At least stops the key.
Nice.
But still not great. Your turn. You still get all that stuff. Is the thing.
You have all this stuff. What if I just use it? I will say Shadows. I'm going to Reap with Jackie Tar, he's going to shoot a Mookling. I'm going to Reap with Jackie Tar, and he's going to shoot a Deepwater Druid. And then I'll Reap with Hard Simpson and Old Bruno. Say Chuck with 10. It's your turn.
No Forge. Say Sanct. Play Numpwood. Alright. I'm killing
Jackie Tars?
5 creatures. Definitely Jackie Tars.
I can't believe you killed them. They've done nothing this game.
I'll kill these 2 as well.
Okay.
And then one more. Rob the Trisco. Okay. Play the Vault Keeper.
Hey, I want to steal your amber now.
Your turn.
I forge?
Yep.
We haven't done a gauntlet in months at this point.
Not since
We haven't done
beginning of Dark Tidings.
we haven't done a fight night in months.
We haven't done a fight night forever, yeah.
I felt like we had to get to the point where Dark Tidings was fun. So, all right, gonna say Sanctum. Gonna play.
Numpquid like showing up way late or not at all in this deck apparently.
Orpheal. Capture on old Bruno. I have this Sargasso. I actually think I just put that Sargasso in the discard pile. I'm gonna play Strange Ordination. Those 3 chains that I paid for the Tide earlier, in retrospect, were a bargain for how much use I've gotten out of the Tide this game. And it is your turn. I will say check with 6, and I will draw 4.
So Shadows, I will cement choose the hard sims.
Hey.
Raise the Tide. Use a creature. I'll use Numpquid to fight Orpheal. I'll looter, pillage, and steal 1.
I can't steal.
Play Whisper. Reap with Bruno. Your turn.
Alright, I am going to say Star Alliance. And I see a Star Alliance creature. And I see a Sanctum creature. And I see a Shadows creature. So I'm going to play United Action. We're going to start things off with a doorstep. So I'll gain 1 but then lose down to 5. You go down to 5. I'm going to play the round table. I am going to play Lair of the Lake. I'm going to capture onto Salvador. I am going to play Shield Gelator onto this old Bruno, make him even more annoying to kill. And then I am going to scoop onto the Deepwater Gruin. So it takes 2.
I can't stop you. Anyways.
Okay.
That's it. I can't even stop 1. Got nothing. Goodbye, XW Durand.
Jeez.
The 3-0 deck.
What a pile.
Yeah.
We'll have to go back and see what soft targets that deck rolled.
It's pretty funny. It's funny how much that has happened.
Yeah.
In this set.
It's like, I don't know, it's like 12-year-olds playing like tug of war or something, right? And it's like, yeah, the kid who like hit his growth spurt is like yanking people around, but then that kid has to go to the tug of world national championships and play against like, I don't know, like a college level athlete, and he just gets drug across the floor everywhere he goes. That's Keyforge sometimes. -3 keys. Whelmed?
Okay. So,
But I wanted to play the Genesis again. I think both these decks are fun.
this will be close. Whelmed is already 2-0, and the Geneticist is trying to qualify. So
It lost to the Smog, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Lost to Smog.
And close. Well, because the world's behemothist. Doorstep. There was a Magic player. I don't remember exactly who it was. Oh, does anybody remember who the Magic player was? There was this card that cost 7 and did 7 damage to any target. I think it may have just been to players. It was a sorcery. It was a bad card, but there was a block deck that played it. And you just, because the goal was to just cast it 3 times at your opponent to kill them, and you just control the board otherwise. So the card's like a bad card. And they're like in a top deck situation. The guy draws it. He draws the card, and he's like, wipes his ass with the card and then plays it to beat his opponent. And I think he got an unsportsmanlike or something.
Pretty
like
bad.
But he was just like, ah, poof.
Not to mention you could be sleight of handing shit.
Yeah, you
there.
could too. But yeah, I just remember that story. Just man, Magic players, a different breed. You got this? I don't even know. It's called Searing Touch. I think that made it like I'll have to look it up. I may have invented that story whole cloth, but
invented the story. Was it you dreamt about it or something?
I'll Google it later to verify.
There's no Eureka, so just log in.
Searing Grasp? Okay, I think it's Searing Grasp.
I just realized the name on this, at least in this title, was not full. The Genesis of Hubris and Quadrangle is the name.
No, that's not it. Card from like Onslaught Block, I think. Touch.
I will. Let's Brain Eater.
Alright, my turn. You've wandered into the wrong. You wandered into the wrong waiting pool, Brain Eater.
Well, I was ready to deal with all the Voltrons.
I am going to say Sanctum. I'm going to Honor or Glory to do 3 damage to it. I'm going to play Numquid to do another damage to it, and then finally Numquid will destroy it. Play Salvador and Staunch Knight. And I will draw 4.
Play Logos. Play Hydro Cataloger. Holy Gad, discard some Mercy Prince. Your turn.
That's not Searing Touch. I am going to say Sanctum. I think I murder this old EGAD before he gets to do anything cool. I'll play Alms Master. I will Reap with Staunch Knight and Numquid. Shifting Battlefield. And move. And it is your turn now. Draw 2.
Logos, play Archaeologist, Phase Shift, Persistence Hunting for Sanctum.
How dare you make it so that I can't use any creatures? I am going to say Star Alliance. I am going to Together. I'll capture on the Staunch Knight. Together to play Kelp. I'll play Kirker. I'll play Kincan.
You're just gonna get completely trounced this game.
And it is your turn.
Just
because you have not answered any creatures yet.
Yeah. Alright, I'll say Logos. I'll play Eureka.
Those 2. I'm gonna end up on the Gatherer search engine so that I can go look up the name of this card.
I'll Reap. Your turn.
I'm gonna say Sanctum. I'm gonna discard my grand melee before I kill my Kelp and give you a free out to Kelp. I will play Larry the Lake. I will then. I'm gonna have Salvador dispatch the archaeologist, and then I'll reap 3 times. And I will say check with 6. Your turn. I will draw 2.
Starlands, Plains. And then cry. I forgot about Calp.
Discard gross.
Light Archons. I'll discard all these cards. I got them in Unity or Discord and
because you play Unity or Discord and then nothing happens.
Gross.
You just put your creature back in your hand that you can't play it.
I'm done. I'll watch myself lose the game now, I guess.
Oh, Forge. Oh. Okay. I'm gonna say Unfathomable. I'm gonna Rakuzel's Chant and exhaust Kings. I'm gonna Storm Surge. You're not ready next turn. I am gonna play Kelp, the backup Kelp. I will play Velucanth and Flamegill and Hard Sign. It's your turn. I'll draw 6.
Okay. You're gonna answer.
Oh, I guess I reap with this Kelp.
Yeah, I'll shoot it.
Which Kelp would you like to kill?
That one.
This one. Okay.
I'll discard Chelonia. I'll put Instrument of Silence on Kings. I'll play the Fist. I feel like they're afraid of making tie cards too strong. They erred on the side of making them too weak.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. They do not
yeah.
ready. Storm Surge. Completely agree with that. I was like thinking about stuff like that where it was like biome discovery. Would biome be discovery be broken if it said raise the tide, look at the top 2 and discard 1, right? Like, is that broken? It is strictly
better than the other thing, right? But like,
yeah, the other thing had an enhancement icon on it.
Yeah, true.
Right, it had enhancement to draw a card on it.
Oh, yeah.
Right, so yeah. Would it be broken if it said that? Would Freebooter Faye be broken if she said reap, raise the tide, and steal 1? Right, like, you know that so. The reason Marshall Ewer feels so good is because he's like an appropriately power leveled tide card. I would have stolen one when you said Untamed, right? Oh, no, did you have? No, you just played Instrument of Silence, right? Okay. Going to say Unfathomable, I guess. I will play Portal. Raise the tide. I will play Flamegill. I will then reap 4 times. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I will say check with 9. I'll draw 2.
Logos, Brain Eater, Keyforge. Take 3 chains.
Oh, they mad.
I get to archive a card. Oh, you need to archive one with 4
Oh,
eyes.
yeah.
It's the Resident Principle. I'm done.
You were delaying your death.
I know.
You're
right.
I am going to say Unfathomable. I will take 3 chains and raise the tide.
Archive a card.
Yeah, heck yeah. I'll put this in my hand. Yeah. I will play Abyssal Zealot. I will Illusions of Grandeur. I will say Untamed. So if you don't take an Untamed turn, you give me 3. Velucanth will Reap and tap like the Lord. Horrid Sinon and Calp are both gonna Reap. And I think I just sit on my Flame Gills. I don't think I fight. And it is your turn. I will drop a chain. I'll say check with none.
Untamed it is, I guess. I'll pick up the archive. I will thin the herd.
No, my Calp. Calp for 2. Can for 2.
Numquid.
And Larry?
Yeah.
Okay. 3 and 3. Yep.
I will put the Instrument of Silence on Brain Eater.
But the thing about Whelmed is like all of the removal is you've got agency over your removal, right?
Yeah, like all of it. Yeah.
Grand Alliance, Council, Selective Preservation, all that stuff. Like,
I'll start Dominance Velucanth.
I've got
I'll hit Kirker first.
Okay.
You have then stupid Alms Master. God.
Yeah.
Whatever. Fight, draw. Fight, Alms Master. I need to gain 1. Gain 1, draw.
Six cut.
Mollymawk.
Your Hydrocaller.
Hydrocaller. Genetic Drift. Okay, I'm done.
A Forge. Sanctum, I guess. Put Archives in my hand. I am gonna Hammergram and then Hammergram. I will Shifting Battlefield my Flame Gill. I will Reap twice. And drop a chain and draw 2. Check the 6.
Yep, that's it. That's all. Do you think Hammergram is a good card? You guys think Hammergram?
Yeah, I think it's really good.
Especially in the set. It's one of the few cards that can do what you want it to every time.
Yeah, it's like a punch if it also stunned the creature, so that's the creatures it doesn't kill, it stops them from being used.
Yeah,
so.
It's solid.
Worst case scenario,
I think it could have afforded to have an Amber on it.
Yeah, maybe. I think it's a fine card. I think I rated it as a role player in my review of the set. If you're looking for my full thoughts on the set of Dark Tidings,
please see the YouTube channel.
Please see our YouTube channel. But yeah, I put it at a role player, right?
A power drain is worse than. Oh, I would agree with that.
Yeah,
yeah.
Well, that's why I thought. I thought Worlds Collide was like an excellent step forward for the game. I know people complain about Saurians all the time.
I don't know that this is intentional power drain.
I don't think this is intentional power drain.
I don't think it is at all.
I think this was a victim of playtesting.
Yeah.
Whatever they playtested, I don't think they playtested enough.
Well, I think you can say that about almost any Fantasy Flight card game in the history of Fantasy Flight card games.
It's a wonder that any of these games are playable.
So, yeah. Mass mutation is ideal. Yeah. I don't know if like horrible decks didn't exist in mass mutations. There was definitely a higher floor. Than in other sets, right?
I think the thing with mass mutations is that they were always exciting to open because of enhancements, right?
Like I could get literally the most like a card that no one else has. That's very cool.
And then you also had the mutant strategies as well. So that meant there was like a certain minimum amount of synergy that would always exist in a deck to some degree or another. So
But after a night like this, I don't want to play. I don't even know if I'd want to play a Dark Tidings Sealed tournament. Like,
I think a Dark Tidings Sealed tournament could be a very miserable experience.
You could easily have the worst day ever.
Yeah.
Like, goodness gracious.
What's the worst card in Mass Mutations? It's probably a Star Alliance card, right? Like Secura Droid or whatever. The creature that gives taunt.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's probably one of the worst cards in the set. There might be a Smiling Wraith. Oh,
Smiling Wraith is pretty bad.
Yeah. She has like upside, I guess. But...
Yeah. Still a creature for us like one time ever. Maybe twice. Maybe
so that deck got eliminated.
It's gone.
Mm.
I know, but it just doesn't. It ain't got it, man. It didn't have quite enough.
Yeah. With Calp.
It was close. Calp completely destroyed me.
Yeah.
Completely destroyed. Yeah. One Belinda is 6-0 now, which is not standard either.
No.
That may be like the second or third 6-0 deck that we have.
It's like with Mervagig.
Yeah.
Right.
That deck is very strong in this meta. In the Dark Tidings meta.
Yeah, I would be hesitant to play it in an Archon tournament.
In Archon, I don't know. But
right?
Especially in Dark Tidings set play, Archon.
I think you could absolutely be the scourge of a local scene with a deck like this if everybody was playing like heavy creature decks.
Yeah.
If like everybody loved Worlds Collide decks, well Belinda is like ready for that format, right? But cause it had the first to last too, right? Oh yeah.
Yeah, first to last is pretty
First
good.
to last and Honor or Glory.
Yeah. It's blowing everything up. Just completely obliterating boards left and right. And then like the boards it creates are very scary.
Yeah.
Like all that
Well, Calp,
stuff.
I mean, Calp is like it feels like George's deck with the Restrogantist and
yeah.
It's like it's doing other stuff, but it has like this heavy control piece that it can put into play and like protect. So, and it's like if you're not ready to deal with it, you lose. All right, back tomorrow.
So, Monday is Group J.
Okay.
Wednesday is Group K, and then Sunday is Group L.
Okay. So we'll probably do 2 nights of gauntlets. Do a Monday gauntlet, a Wednesday gauntlet, and then start the tournament on the following Sunday.
We have
that gives people
Monday,
like a
Wednesday,
week.
or we could also do Descent. We have Descent.
Oh yeah. We got Descent Legacy somewhere in there that
we'll probably end up doing like a house just game of Descent where we play it normally. But I just want to do one stream where we play it.
Yeah,
I think that'd be good content to get out there.
Yeah, because the Descent is
we probably won't do the campaign on the stream. We'll start the campaign, right? We'll do like the first scenario and lets people see the game and let's get people get a taste of us playing it. I think that kind of stuff. We need to do more content like that because, like you said on your Q&A, if we wanted to get views, we would have left Keyforge behind a long time ago. Yeah, and I do want to dip into the board game scene more. I really enjoyed that part of our stall content.
Yeah. No, I enjoyed that too because we got to really explore a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And
Descent should be cool because you'll have like the app we can look at. We can pop up the app screen.
Yeah, and
we're like arranging that stuff. So
it's a multimedia experience.
I built all the 3D terrain for it. That was really fun. It was like
the models were sweet looking from what I saw.
The models have very good detail. Yeah, really good detail. Models have come a long way.
Yeah,
in the last 10 years, right?
Yeah,
I
would say in the last 15.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but whenever Games Workshop went through their massive rework, she had like a lot of independent studios who were making like better stuff than Games Workshop,
right?
And somewhere along the way, somebody who played Games Workshop games got in charge of Games Workshop. I don't know exactly the full story there, but somebody who wasn't just like, let's pump out another edition of 40K because that sells. Somebody was like, hey, why don't we have models that look fucking sweet? And then they started when they revamped Age of Sigmar, and there are so every faction has a model that you look at and you're like, I want to play that model.
Oh, I got the base set just to paint the I can't remember what the faction, the gold and blue.
Yeah, the Sigmarites or whatever.
They were just so cool. I wanted
the Fantasy Space Marines.
Yeah,
but they were really badass. And well, like the Skaven has this screaming bell, which is it's the bell that like rocks back and forth, and there's like a warlock that's standing on top of the bell pointing, and he's like screaming. And that model looks badass, and so it's like when Games Workshop got their stuff together, and I think there's probably a point to like the 3D printers and stuff like that where the technology has gotten better, just industry wide, and that has now filtered down to the smaller scale, and so. If you can dream up a model and sculpt, you don't even have to sculpt it, right?
Right.
You don't even have to be a good sculptor. You can
3D design.
You're right. You can 3D design it,
yeah,
and then create it that way. So, yeah.
All right.
There
you go, everyone. Then for fun to. Business to 3 from custom WoW character. Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that's cool. That was a cool concept.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for watching.
We're done.
We're back.
We're wrapping it up
tomorrow night.
Yeah.
With
tomorrow night, more stuff. Bye bye.
Have a good morning. Bye.